Welcome to Chinese Takeaway Tour episode 3, and today we're at Nanking Garden on Westdale Lane in Nottingham. Secured the goods, now let's see what it tastes like. So we've got egg fried rice, chicken chow mein, sweet and sour chicken Cantonese, crispy shredded chili beef, honey chili lemon chicken, prawn toast, salt and pepper chips, and curry sauce. So now for the taste test. I'm just going to have a bite or two of everything and just give an overall score based on the quality of the food. So the rice is really light and fluffy. There's a little bit of soy in there, a good amount of egg throughout as well. From the chicken chow mein, the noodle was really good quality, decent sized chunks of chicken, very tender, very moist, and I also really like how the onions have a little bit of a char on from the wok, gives them a bit of extra flavour. So for the crispy shredded chili beef, lightly coated in batter, a good crunch, fairly tender meat despite being crispy on the outside, and a really nice subtle heat to them as well. So for the honey chili lemon chicken, so massive pieces of chicken, a little bit harder to cut through. Really moist though, quite large chunks. Obviously the batter's not stayed crispy because it's been in the sauce, but the sauce is a really nice mix of the sweetness and the tang you get from the lemon, with then a little bit of garlic and a little bit of chili added in there. Just adds a little bit of an extra dynamic, so it's a really nice dish from one of their special dishes on the menu. The sweet and sour chicken Cantonese. Again, huge chunks of chicken. still fairly tender, fairly moist. Again, because the sauce has been in there, the batter's not stayed crispy, but the flavour's okay, not as strong as sometimes you get with the sweet and sour, but the consistency of the sauce is nice, and it's got all the usual fresh peppers in there, bits of carrot, bits of pineapple, just to add a little bit more flavour and texture. And the prawn toast. Really like this prawn toast. You can see there's quite a thick layer spread over the top. It's golden and crisp. A lot of sesame seeds on there. Really nice flavour to that. You get the extra flavour from the toasted sesame seeds, and there's a good amount of filling as well. Now for the curry sauce. Not as strong and as spicy as some of the others, but the consistency is nice. Get quite a lot of pepper in there, a bit of white pepper as well. Quite aromatic, the smell coming off there. So it's a fairly good one, probably a more standard one for a curry sauce. Chips are fairly crisp on the outside, light and fluffy on the inside. They're really well coated in the seasoning. You get a lot of a bit of garlic, sweetness from there. The only thing I probably would improve is more fresh chilies, garlic, things like that that are normally minced and put on top that really adds to the flavour. Not forgetting this week as well, huge bag of prawn crackers. Really good when they're stored in a plastic bag or something because it stops them going soggy quite quickly. So you can see they're really crisp, really thin, well cooked, quite fresh as well. So now that I've tested everything, I'm going to give Nanking Garden on Westdale Lane in Nottingham its score. Obviously I score out of a range of things based on the service, the wait time, value for money, and obviously most importantly the taste of the food. So overall really impressed with the quality of the food. The things that really stood out for me was the size of the chicken, even though that was a little bit tough. The honey chili lemon chicken particularly itself was a nice twist on a classic lemon chicken. Really flavourful sauce, that really worked quite well. All of the meat was good quality and not overly tough. The things that maybe could be improved was probably a bit more soy sauce on the chicken chow mein and a few more bean sprouts just to add that crunch. The sweet and sour sauce just needs to be a bit more punchy with its sweet and sour. It was a bit too subtle for me, but overall very strong. The wait time was 15 minutes. The cost of all the food was £35.20, so not too bad value for money because we bought quite a bit. The menu has a great range of choice. I think there's 226 items on there, so it's got all the classics on there. Really extensive menu. So overall, I'm going to give Nanking Garden on Westdale Lane an 8 out of 10.